Hey everyone, I hope you all having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to review this iFi Audio Neo iDSD digital analog converter and headphone amplifier. So this one is fully featured with built-in headphone amplifier. It can do high-res audio, DSD audio, and MQA audio compatible with very good connectivity in the back, coaxial optical Bluetooth and USB connections that you can use. And overall fit and finish and quality, very nicely done. I like this upright position than the horizontal position because I can use between my components, and ideally this is a very uniquely designed for the small tight spaces that you can use this kind of upright position. And I like the design overall features and everything. And only thing that I didn't use is this USB cable. The one that they supply with this DSD iDSD sample is a cable a little too short for what I need, and I also tried that, and I end up preferring what I have, which is made by Audio Technica. So I will have all the specs on the screen. To those of you who might be curious of knowing what kind of specifications and what kind of features that this one offer, and I can totally enjoy listening to this for a very long time. I love it when I'm playing my DSD files. I really like the way that it can reproduce with my DSD files collection. So with all my DSD collection, this one sounded phenomenal, really good analog like sound with very engaging sound signature. I can totally enjoy listening to it. And some might call it, iFi house sound signature, but it's very musical. So what can I ask for more for this price point? And playing with the high-res PCM formats, mostly FLAC files that I have, up to like 192 kilohertz, and they sounded very good, but the sound signature and sound reproduction is not as refined as the my DSD playback with this iFi iDSD. So PCM formats, PCM files sounded very good, but I really love the way that it can reproduce the sound with DSD formats. And then MQA streaming with Tidal, it's a little overly warm for my taste because that's how they are streaming. Not only this digital analog converter is warmer and richer sound signature to it, but the files itself is a lot warmer than the original my native DSD downloads that I have. But Tidal MQA master or Tidal masters, they sounded a little overly emphasized on the warmer side and make it sound richer. So it's good if you are after that kind of sound signature. So that is nothing to do with this iFi iDSD. That's probably the original streaming. The MQA files are a lot warmer than the artist recorded, the way that they remaster. So my favorite part is that DSD playback, which is great. Probably the best that you can have in this price point for really engaging sound signature. And no wonder why they call it iFi Neo iDSD. That name is totally worth tagging along with this digital analog converter because the sound signature and sound quality that this one can reproduce. And this one, I really like the way that it turns out because I wasn't expecting much. Overall frequency response, noise performance, very nice, very wide and deep soundstage with analog like sound quality. It's something like really good analog playback system that you can hear from this iFi iDSD. The price performance quality ratio is just about perfect that you can get in this price point with all the features that comes with this digital analog converter. And mainly I listen to high-res collection and my DSD collection that I have in my computer, and also I use the Tidal MQA streaming, and then Amazon Ultra HD streaming, and I really like the my own music collection than the online streaming. If you have your own CD, just rip them and listen to that music. That may be better using this kind of good quality digital analog converter. So I'm not really big fan of online streaming for my serious listening and my music enjoyment because they are noisy and loud. This iFi iDSD is totally worth considering if you are in the price range, if you're looking for something in this $600-700 price range. And features, functions, everything works great. I want to start with the headphone amplifier. I tried this one with my Audio Technica ATH M50, sounded very good. And also try with my Veron 1 headphone. It sounds very good as well. So, but in my opinion, digital analog converter with balanced output have a better refinement than the headphone output for me, because I try this RCA outputs and balanced outputs, and they sound very good and very clean musical sound with nice warm tone all over, with a little bit of a tiny bit of forwardness in mid-range and vocals. Other than that, frequency response, sound reproduction is very good. It sounded like really good analog playback system. Basically, I end up using balanced output only, and then I also try optical inputs, coaxial input. They sounded very good, but my favorite is USB input with balanced output. Then headphone section, the headphone amplifier section is very good, but I will love a little bit more refinement than this one can provide. Other than that, they are very good sounding headphone section. My favorite part is that digital analog converter section because it sounded really smooth, engaging tone with very musical overall sound reproduction from top to bottom. If I have to break it down, the bass performance is deep and rich with a tiny bit of warmth signature on it, like something like you playing with your vinyl records. And I would really appreciate if they can do a little bit tighter bass response. Other than that, it sounded really good. And mid-range, upper mid-range vocals and everything in between is really good sounding with good soundscape and scale with very musical signature too all over the frequency range. Highs are really engaging, natural, without overdoing anything, without any hint of brightness, and really comes down to your personal taste. Because if you are after that kind of sound signature that you can listen to hours and hours, this is a digital analog converter that you can use. I can highly recommend this digital analog converter for your music enjoyment. That digital analog converter function is really good. If you are really used to a very natural and very transparent sounding digital analog converter, if you started listening to this, you might find it a little bit, you want a little bit more separated notes, a little bit more space between the notes. But if you listen to this digital analog converter with your favorite music, more you listen to it, more it will give you more engagement and more engaging to your musical enjoyment, more engaging sound to your musical enjoyment. So that is my favorite part, I guess, because I can totally recommend it to anyone who is after some digital analog converter that sound like very good analog rig. So that is this digital analog converter that you can get for this price point. So those are all highlights and high points. So if you ask me what is my least favorite part of this digital analog converter is, I would love tiny bit of a tightness in the bass response, and I would love a little bit more separation and more spacious notes in mid-range to upper mid-range region. High frequencies, I can totally live with it. Very nice, enjoyable high frequency without any harshness or brightness. I tried these two speakers, and my Evo 4.2, and also I also have a Kev Towers that I've been breaking in, so they are sounded really good. My favorite pairing is these two speakers, Quad S2 and this Bowers and Wilkins 706 S2. They pair really nice, very, very musical, engaging sound that I can listen to hours and hours. I mean, I don't think you can have any better or anything closer to the analog setup than this iFi iDSD in this price range. So this is, I can totally recommend it to you. And some might say measurements and this and that. So I'm not really into the measurement thing. More important for me is how they are going to sound in my system, how they are going to give me my musical enjoyment, which is more important than any measurements that you can get or anybody can provide. So this is one of the deck that I can totally recommend it to you for your musical pleasure with very good analog like sound signature with overall warm and rich sound. That's it, my friend. That is my quick review. I may have a few comparison review with other decks that I have come in for review, so please look forward to it. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
There must have been an angel by my side. Something heavenly led me to
So overall digital playback experience with iFi Neo iDSD is great. It's wonderfully musical, overall engaging tone with really good digital analog conversion with analog like sound signature. Probably that's the intention of designing this digital analog converter. This is one of the digital analog converter that gets you really close to very good analog playback system. Its sound reproduction and digital analog conversion is almost as good as very good analog setup. So highly recommend.